I actually, think that this is one area that's a bit of peril in Wilmot Township. I think we have a tremendous history of heritage and of appreciating heritage, but a couple of things have happened that do concern me. I think we need to re-involve our volunteers at a much higher level than they are currently. Whenever something sort of goes back into township office control exclusively, it's a problem. And if you're involved in heritage, you'll know that that has been the direction things have gone fairly recently. We've got fantastic volunteers who are dropping out of the program, and I think that's very serious, and we need to deal with that. We have a national heritage site in Wilmot Township that can be a really excellent center point for a much larger township heritage program. That isn't happening right now. The township funds Castle Kilbride. I'm proud of Castle Kilbride. I was the founding chair. But at this point, Castle Kilbride isn't reaching out much beyond that. And in fact, when New Hampshire celebrated 150th anniversary a few years ago, I was involved in starting that. We invited Castle Kilbride to be involved in the decline because they're beaten. And that kind of bothered me. As I mentioned earlier, if and when I'm elected, I will have a Heritage Advisory Committee, and I think it's important. One thing that I just learned and was not impressed with at all, one of the best things that happens in heritage in our region and across the province is the Doors Open program. Doors Open Wilmot, Doors Open Waterloo is the regional thing, where once a year, Doors Open arranges, and it's funded by the region, arranges for historic and interesting buildings to open their doors, and people come out and see them. It was decided this year, and I only found out by looking around on their website, and then I had a conversation with the organizers, that they're not going to do the townships every year anymore. And I said, Wilmot Township loves it. In fact, our communities fight for the right. You may remember a couple of years ago, there was a bit of a tussle between New Hampshire and New Dundee about who was going to host Doors Open that year. We've got communities panting for this opportunity, and it has been decided, without consultation that I'm aware of, with anybody in the township, the mayor sits on regional council, that we're not going to have Doors Open every year. They told me that the reason is that there's problems getting enough sites in Wellesley and North Dumfries, and so therefore they're not having it in Wellesley and North Dumfries and Woolwich and Wilmot every year, which makes no sense to me. So I got to tell you, one of the first things I would do at regional council is raise that question and say, look, we're very proud of our heritage in Wilmot Township. Our communities are very proud, and we want to welcome the region every year. So I think that heritage is something that deserves a real shot in the arm by the next council.